Just wanted to go over how to create a new Google Classroom in case you are going to make a new one for second semester, or maybe in the future you need to watch this video as a reminder on how to make one at the beginning of the school year. So you can add students to a Google Classroom either by sharing a link or sharing a code. Is through email, or if you're using this for second semester, you can post it on the semester 1 Google Classroom. Again, why I kind of recommend waiting at least a week to kind of roll out the new Google Classroom, so that way the students kind of know how all the changes are going to be working, like how to access an archived class, and just it's an easier way for you to kind of communicate that first day. When you go ahead and click on your Google Classroom, right, you're going to see all of your current classes. As you can see, I haven't yet archived my classes just because I don't want there to be an issue, okay, with my students not knowing or not seeing that, right? Because once it's archived, you're not going to be able to see it on this main page. So if I was going to create a new class, I would just go here to the plus sign, create class, and then this is kind of fairly new. You can skip this for now because there is a way in settings where you could link it to your, say, Infinite Campus. More on this later, okay? So for now, I'm going to skip it. If you do want to link it, then you would just simply look for the drop down, like the code. I've already done some, so some of my classes are gone. You can see like this code and then like another number. And so if you did want to do that, just going to let you know, you would just be looking here in your Infinite Campus and look at this code for the sections, and then you would find that matching code and you could link it that way. But again, you can skip this for right now. I'm going to recommend doing that and then just creating your class. So I went ahead and just typed in my class name. I like to do it by period just for my mind, and then the subject. And then for section, that's where I'm going to put semester 2 because it's going to let the students know that this is now semester 2. You could go back and change it for the other classes to say semester 1 if you want it to be nice and organized that way. I'll show you how to do that at the end of this video. And then you're just going to go ahead and click create, okay? And now the trick is to get this link or this code out to your students. So once you have this class made, right, you can see your class code here, and you could just copy that code and paste it into your old Google Classroom, right? You could email that link out, whatever you need to do. For people, right, you could also invite students, okay? So if you wanted to type out the emails or their names, or you already had their email addresses somewhere from a previous roster, you could do it this way as well. I'll show you a trick again towards the end of this video. So sorry, it's going to be a little bit longer one, but you can kind of skip ahead to what you need, okay? And then there's another one is where you could just do copy the link, okay? And again, you could copy that and then email that out to your students or post it. And then you could add the link here, right? So you could add link there, and then that would take them to their new Google Classroom, or you could simply type the code in. And you could write like code and then copy and paste that code in. Either way, you could have that ready to go for like maybe their first assignment for this week. But that's how you could share the code. Another option, if you wanted to email it out to your students ahead of time, okay, an easy way to get last semester's students would be to go to people, and then you don't have it blurred out, but your students are all here, and you could select the top checkbox here and go to actions for email, and it's going to take you to another screen, and that screen is going to already have a pre-built email to blind CC all of those students, and you would just like maybe type in like new code and then have the link posted here or the Google Classroom code. And that would be another way for you to get that information out to your students. So if you did want to archive it ahead of time, this would be the best way to reach all of your students. Okay, so if you need to make any changes to the name or anything like that, you could just go ahead and click on the dots and click edit. And you can see here, I have like my anatomy class from last semester, and I can just actually label this now as semester 1. And I could even put the school year so that the students understand what semester it is. Another thing is if you wanted to edit a little bit more in detail, click on the name, right? And we're going to go over here to the gear, And you can see where I was talking earlier about the link to class. This is still an available thing. Like you could actually link it if you wanted to. But again, more on that later. All right, so just to recap, if you do set up a second classroom for semester 2, make sure your names are clearly titled, either semester 1, semester 2, so that it keeps it straight when you're trying to archive and resync everything. And then you will also want to do this just to give kids a fresh start. They're not going to see all those missing assignments if they maybe had a hard time adjusting first semester. You're going to want to wait to archive any of the Google Classrooms until after you've somehow talked to your students or communicated to them of the changes and let them know how to access the archived class, which I made a quick video on that you could easily link if you wanted to, or just kind of walk them through it during a Zoom or a Meet. And then you're going to need to resync any of the platforms that you use. So definitely Edpuzzle, you're going to need to create a new class there. I made a video on that. If you do sync Flipgrid, do that, Blocksy, those kind of things. But usually it's just a click of a few buttons and it's done. And then you're going to want to change the code on any websites or school pages, like if you did share that at the beginning of the year. And then, of course, add any co-teachers or administrators onto the Google Classroom so that they also have access. So it's not too much trouble. It is something that we could do for our students to kind of minimize the anxiety and the frustrations of maybe first semester. All right, have a good day. Bye.